Going way back, even to the time of the Elizabethans lighting hilltop warning beacons, a force of civilian volunteers has always helped to protect the coastline and latterly the skies of our country. For the men and women of the Royal Observer Corps, who are today's volunteer force, the old adage still holds true. Forewarned is forearmed.
I'm Graham Olson. I'm 22 at the moment. I work in insurance. I'm an observer in the headquarters building, which means I fill a variety of roles as needed. As an observer, I attend weekly training meetings, which occupy about 4 hours a week. Occasionally there are exercises on weekends, perhaps 2 or 3 a year. We train for a job we hope we'll never have to do, which is plotting the effects of nuclear weapons. I enjoy the Corps because there are people from all walks of life here, and there's also an active social life which people can choose to get involved in as well. There is an attendance allowance, but it's purely to cover travelling costs. The reasons people join the Corps are not for money.
Mention the Royal Observer Corps to the average person in the street, and it will conjure up visions like these during the Second World War of elderly observers spotting and plotting enemy aircraft for the RAF. All this is indeed true, and the ROC remains proud of its history, which stretches back almost 70 years. The close ties with the RAF, whose style of uniform they wear, still continue today.
Rotate.
Many observers owe their first experience of flight to the RAF. The title Royal was granted in 1941 as a recognition of the Corps' efforts in the Battle of Britain, the first time such an honour has been conferred on a civilian organisation during a war.
Your Majesty, your Royal Observer Corps greets you most warmly on this memorable day. There are 175 officers and 1,826 observers on parade. They are now ready for your inspection now.
Her Majesty the Queen is Air Commodore-in-Chief of the Corps. Some things that haven't changed since the Battle of Britain are the memories observers cherish of the friends they have made, and the satisfaction of a job well done. The Corps' old banner is marched off the parade ground. On this 50th anniversary of the granting of the title Royal, Her Majesty the Queen is here to present the Royal Observer Corps with a brand new banner. The old aircraft spotting role is no longer part of the ROC's duties, and since 1955, the Corps has trained to plot the location of nuclear explosions and to warn the public of the approach of fallout. All over the UK, protected underground monitoring posts have been built to allow operations to continue during a time of war. They contain the operational monitoring equipment, communications links, and enough food and water to last a crew 3 weeks. The posts monitor an area of roughly 12 square miles, and each is staffed by 10 observers, who form crews of 3 on a rota basis.
I'm Regina Haber, and I work in the Accounts Division at the Department of the Environment, and I've been in the Observer Corps for nearly 2 years now. I'm a leading observer, which means I'm the post instructor, and there are 10 members on the post, although for exercises there's only 3 on duty at any one time.
Ready?
Observers train to assemble and read the various monitoring instruments. In war, the raw information provided by this equipment is passed to central group controls.
Attack warning red, exercise post on 290.
In addition to the 870 posts across the UK, there are 25 group controls similar to this one. During operations, the building is staffed by about 100 volunteers. They are trained on 1 evening a week in smaller crews of about 30.
1350.
Occasionally, a major exercise may require crews to work around the clock, when even tired observers have to close weary eyes.
Bedford 10 and 15 clusters at standby.
Toxin, Bedford, 17 post, 118, over.
Bedford 41 post, over. Thank you, Bedford 6 cluster.
All the observers in the group are commanded by the group commandant, who is also a volunteer.
I'm Pamela Austin, and I've been a group commandant for almost 2 years. In my whole-time job, I manage a department running conferences and exhibitions. I joined the Royal Observer Corps about 11 years ago as an observer. Promotion is not a question of dead men's shoes, it is a question of merit. And in fact, a number of my own officers served for only a few years before being appointed officers.
Would you like to come along with me? This is the post display area of the group control. These are the post displays. We have posts located 10 to 15 miles apart around the country.
Potential recruits are encouraged to attend 2 or 3 meetings without commitment before filling in application papers. The free RAF-style uniform is issued after elementary training and a basic verbal test.
We plot bombs. The red signifies a ground burst and the green signifies an air burst. Here we have a plume showing where the fallout is carried on the wind across the country, and we can then warn the civilian population within that area that fallout is approaching. My name is Edwina Holden. I work on the PR side for an agricultural engineering research institute. I think probably the main thing is that we all have a sense of achievement in being able to do something for the country. And when we go out on parades for church services, Battle of Britain, in our uniforms, we feel terribly proud. Almost anyone can join the Royal Observer Corps between the ages of 16 and 55, males and females, and may serve up to 65. The social side of the crew life is very enjoyable. We have people from all walks of life, from nurses to accountants, employed, unemployed, over the whole spectrum.
A little get-together in the garden became the social event of the ROC calendar, when 2,000 members of the Corps gathered for tea with their friends, which included some very special guests.
Gary Testro. I'm 40 years old and I'm employed as a sales office manager for a company that manufactures and sells pianos. As a supervisor with the Royal Observer Corps, my main duties on normal training evenings are to train the new recruits to the Corps. But under operational conditions and on exercise, my duty station is the data centre supervisor. That involves taking messages from the teleprinters and relaying them to the plotters on the reverse of the displays in the main control room.
I'm Wendy Merton. My full-time employment is a debt collector. I've been in the Corps now for 5.5 years, and things I like about the Corps, the comradeship. The work is varied and interesting, and there's also a very good social life. Anybody can join the Corps, providing they're aged between 16 and 55. We don't get paid for doing this. We're volunteers, but we do get out-of-pocket expenses.
Monitoring posts can be well off the beaten track. Observers often use their own transport or hitch a lift with a fellow crew member. The village hall, local school or a clubroom can often be the best place to train crews. Leading or chief observers conduct the training sessions in small, easy-to-learn portions.
Naval Command is the Group Commandant.
Each week, the training builds towards recognizable and easily measured goals, whether in the actual working environment or in the classroom.
Royal Observer Corps training continues unabated, despite the apparent recent relaxing of tension with Eastern Europe. Things can often change quickly, and an organisation such as this could not be put together.
On the 10th of July 1991, the Home Secretary announced that as a result of the far-reaching changes in communist bloc countries, the threat of nuclear war had receded. Coupled with future possible improvements in warning and monitoring technology, the government decided to dispense with the services of the Royal Observer Corps after 66 years of voluntary service. On the 31st of March 1992, the 10,000 members of the Royal Observer Corps stood down. Take heart, Great Britain. Their spirit will not so easily be extinguished, and their memory cannot be erased. If and when they are needed again, they will gather from the highlands and islands, and from all walks of life.